Okay guys, it is like 1 o'clock in the morning right now. And I'm trying to get this look done, okay? I'm gonna be using some new products I just got. I'm using the Yes Please by ColourPop. This eyeshadow palette is super cute. I was actually recommended this palette by a friend at _just_Nina. So I will put her username down below. And it's so beautiful. Look at this palette. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna go ahead and do an eye look inspired by her today. And I have a picture so I can kind of go off of it. It's real pretty. It's like I think some people would want to describe it as a sunset vibe. I honestly, when I think of yellows, burnt orange, red, those kind of colors, I think more of autumn. You know, with the leaves. We don't really see that here in Tucson, but just like the beautiful pictures of like a real fall is just like the beautiful leaves, the oranges, the brown. And she actually paired this with a dark, looks like a brick red brown lip. So I'm also gonna do that today. And let me just show you, I have it pulled up on my desktop. Hi desktop. So I don't know if you guys can see. It's so pretty. So it's kind of like light and then it goes out to like a darker orange towards the ends. And then the lip paired with it is beautiful. So we're gonna go ahead and do that today with our Halloween look, of course. Okay, so let's get to it then.
Okay guys, so we're just gonna go ahead and start off this look like normal, like we're just doing like an everyday look. I am starting off with the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer, the Poreless Primer, and then using the Loreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation in the shade 8 with my damp beauty blender, and I'm just bouncing that into the skin. Now this is a perfect last minute Halloween makeup look. I remember I did this last year for work. Everybody was dressing up, so I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna throw on my ears and do a glam mouse look. Next I'm going in with my concealer. I'm using the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade medium, and I am just applying that to the center of the face and anywhere where I want to really brighten up. After blending in the concealer, I'm going to go in with the RCMA No Color Powder, setting everywhere where I applied the concealer as well as my eyelids. I did apply some concealer to my eyelids so I can use that as a base for my eyeshadow look. Next, I am just going to go ahead and fill in my brows like I normally do with my Anastasia Beverly Hills pomade. Alright guys, starting off with the eyes, I'm going into the ColourPop Yes Please palette, starting off with the shade Big Cocktails, using that as my transition shade, so just blending that above the crease with a fluffy brush. Next, I'm going to go ahead and go into the shade GNO, and I'm going to apply that to my crease and just blend that out into the transition shade. Next, I'm going to go in with Spoiled and French Kiss, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to the crease, but a little bit lower than the last shade, and then also focus that in the outer V of the eye. And I'm just going to keep adding until I get that pigment I want. Going back into that transition shade, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of blend everything out so there's no harsh lines. Next, I'm just going to go into the shade Chauffeur with my finger, and I'm just going to go ahead and apply that to the lid. Now we're just going to go ahead and wipe off the excess powder, leaving under the eyes because we are going to smoke out the lower lash line. So we'll leave that there for any fallout. I'm using the same shade, starting with the transition shade and then going in to darken up and define my waterline with the other two shades with a smaller definite brush. And then also smoking that out a little more with that transition shade. Next, going on with the Wet n Wild white liner, I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the inner corner of the eye, and I'm going to kind of smudge that out a little bit in the inner corner, and then apply that to the waterline. Next, we're going in with this RCMA black liner, and we are going to create a new inner corner. So we're going to bring that out a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and add a wing to our eyelid. Now the inner corner does look a little messy, guys, but don't worry. We're going to go back in with some shadow to define that and kind of clean that up a little bit. When I was applying the liner on the top lid, I did bring my inner corner out a little bit on the top. I ended up actually removing that towards the end and kind of scratching it off just because I didn't like how it looked after I added everything in. So you guys can just skip that step. Alright guys, I went back in with the 2 darker shades, Boiled and French Kiss, and I am just lining where I applied that liquid liner and just blending that out a little bit. Then I went back in with a pencil liner just to apply to the waterline towards the outer part of my waterline. Then I'm going into the yellow shade Mischief. I'm applying that towards the inner corner of the eye but not over the white. And then also going into the shade Buttercake, and I am going to apply that to the brow bone. Next, I'm going in with this brow gel by Benefit, and I'm just going to go ahead and comb my brow hairs up and out of the way just to define that even more. Next, we're going to go ahead and go into the Wet n Wild paint palettes, and I'm also using this cream makeup Halloween paint I got from Walgreens. And I started off first with drawing a circle with that like peachy shade in the Wet n Wild palette, kind of like close to skin color, and then I went around the nose with the black and just kind of blended it out with my finger. Next, I'm going in with the white paint from the Halloween paint as well, and I'm just going to go ahead and detail the nose and add a little dot on the bottom. Next, I'm going to use this liner brush, and I'm just drawing a straight line down, and then I totally forgot, before I add the whiskers, I'm going to go ahead and go in with my normal contour and bronzer. Then we're going in with this blush from Loreal, and we're going to go ahead and apply that to the cheekbones and the forehead area, and we are just going to overdo it so much. We want to look super pink. We are a pink glam mouse, so we're just going to go ahead and keep adding till we get that super bright rose effect that we want. Once we've had enough pigment from the blush, we're going to go into the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dream Glow Kit in that pink shimmer highlight shade, and we're just going to add that to the cheekbones, and I also added some to my Cupid's bow. And then we're going to go ahead and take this black Wet n Wild pencil, and we are going to line the top part of the lip, filling that in a little bit but not all the way. And I'm also taking that black paint and that same liner brush I used to draw the line down my nose to my mouth, and I'm just going to go ahead and start drawing the pores in which the hair comes out, and then also the whiskers. And I'm not being perfect here, guys. I feel like the messy and kind of like sketched out it looks, that's kind of what I'm going for. So we're just going to go ahead and do light feather-like strokes, and we're just going to go ahead and create those hairs. Going in with Bow and Arrow by Kat Von D, I'm going to go ahead and apply that to the bottom part of my lip and a little bit on the top. Then I went back in with the ColourPop Metallic Liquid Lip in the shade Flipside. Guys, this shade is so beautiful. They have a 4 bundle of the metallic shades. You guys have got to try it. Then I'm just going to go in with this IT Cosmetics mascara, applying that to both the top and the bottom lashes. At the end, I ended up going back in and adding some more whiskers, and then also adding the white detail with the hairs as well. Next, going in with these Batgirl lashes. They're from the Ardell Fright Night collection. They're so cute. We're just going to go ahead and apply that to the top lashes. And then we are done, guys. The final look. You're just going to add your Mickey ears or Minnie ears, whichever you prefer. I have my rose gold Minnie ears. And you have your glam mouse, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Happy Halloween.